We have been bombarded by a number of individuals across the world asking us, Andre, can you help us obtain a visa for Serbia because we don't have visa-free travel? And as much as we'd like to, this video will help you obtain that visa. Now, there's many countries out there that have a visa-free travel that can come into Serbia without having to obtain a visa before coming into Serbia. Canada is one, United States is one, Russia, China, Australia, so on and so forth. But there are a number of people in certain countries that are looking to come to Serbia. However, they require to obtain some sort of tourist visa, a work permit before they can come into Serbia, and they're wondering what are the processes of doing so. And today we're going to cover the basics of obtaining a visa to come into Serbia, regardless if it's for business, if it's for a job, if it's just for simply tourism, and some of the qualifiers that you're going to need in order to get approved for this type of visa. Serbia generally has two types of visas for people looking to come into Serbia without visa-free travel. Now, the first one is going to be your short-term visa. This is typically going to be covered under tourism, under business, and under transit. The other one is going to be your long-term visa here in Serbia. That is going to cover your employment, your studies here if you're going to school in Serbia, and as well as family reunification. And it's up to you to decide which one you qualify for. Now, there are many people out there that have reached out to Relocation Serbia and saying, hey, listen, I'm looking to get a work permit. I'm looking to obtain some studies in Serbia. Can you get me that visa application? And as much as I'd love to, there are certain things that we cannot do as a business, such as send out invitation letters to individuals that we have never met, that we have no contact with, and that we frankly don't want to put our business and our name on the line for someone that we don't know. And so these are the things that you're going to need in order to apply for the visa, depending on which one you're staying. Is it going to be your short-term, or is it going to be your long-term visa? So the first one you're going to need is to complete the visa application form. This can be typically done either at the embassy in your country, or nowadays Serbia has an online platform that you can do this. And I will leave a link to that online platform in the description of this video. And one thing to note is that I will be releasing a relocation guide and a tourist guide about November 16th of this year, 2024. And we will have a lot more information on that, such as job postings, places that you can go look for jobs, people that you can contact that can help you with these visa applications, and ways for you to enter Serbia through various means. And so if that's something that you're interested, feel free to reach out to us and we'll put you on that email list. The next thing that you're going to need is a valid passport that is as at least 6 months of validity after the time you come into Serbia. We've mentioned in a previous video where someone came here and they only had a couple weeks on their passport left and were turned away at the border. So ensure that you have a passport that is valid for at least 6 months after you get into Serbia. The next one you're going to want is also your passport sized photos. That's something else you're going to have to submit. It needs to have a white background as well. You cannot have any fancy backgrounds as well. You're going to need your proof of purpose of your stay here. So you're going to need an invitation letter, such as I mentioned earlier, but this has to be coming from someone that you know, that is either a family friend, that is a relative, that is an employer, or of such that can actually explained to you, because there will be sometimes police checks as to, hey, listen, how do you know this individual? And so that it's not just an immigration scheme or some sort of black market deal that people are trying to put together. You're also going to need either a hotel booking for tourism that can be also issued by the hotel that you're staying at if you have something booked, and you can just frankly reach out to them and say, hey, listen, I'm looking to obtain a tourist visa and I need a hotel booking confirmation and perhaps a confirmation letter from the hotel that is stating why you are coming to Serbia, how long your stay is at their facility, so on and so forth. The other one is going to be the evidence of financial means. And so what I mean by that is you're going to have to provide bank statements of being able to sustain yourself here in Serbia while you are either here on education, business, tourism, and so on and so forth. They just want to make sure that you're not coming in here into Serbia and that you're going to be a burden onto society. Or you're also going to need a proof of sponsorship, which would be the person that is sending out that invitation letter. So if you have a relative or a friend here in Serbia that is willing to sponsor you, you're going to have to get them to send in that proof of sponsorship in with your visa application so that it's one complete package. The other thing you're going to need is your health insurance covering the duration of your stay here in Serbia. And I've mentioned that on previous videos. Regardless of what you're doing here in Serbia, it's good to have health insurance. And if you're looking to set up a business, and get temporary residency through that means, is what we've helped many people do out here. Now, if you're part of the EU and you have EU healthcare, there are a couple ways that you can go around that and use your EU healthcare system and have coverage here in Serbia and use that in your temporary application or temporary residency application when you do decide to come to Serbia. And that's something that we can help with our clients, and we have helped our clients with to do if they're coming from EU countries. But typically, if you're coming from such as India or Pakistan, you're going to need to do this on your own and obtain your own health insurance covering your stay here in Serbia. And then as well as the last thing that you need is a return ticket home and your travel itinerary. And so this is just simply if you have a one-way ticket into Serbia, they know that you have no intentions of leaving back, especially if you're coming in on a tourist visa. If you only have a one-way ticket, it's going to look a little suspicious. So having that return ticket back to wherever you're coming in from would be a very great benefit, and obtaining that visa a lot quicker as well. Now, when it comes to the processing time and the fee for your visa, the processing time vary depending on the country that you're coming in from. Is it Nigeria, India, Pakistan, so on and so forth? Is it going to be a short stay visa? Is it going to be a long-term visa? These all come into play. Have you had any other visa and immigration issues in the past? This is all going to come up in the visa application process, but it typically will last about 15 working days to process, and depending on on the type and the length and who you're getting your sponsorship from. If you're coming in here on a long term, the police station will most likely call and confirm all the information that has been provided to the immigration officers. And depending on the interview process, you might have to be on that call. So some of them have had to do, phone calls, three-way phone calls, so that they can all get the story together. The cop may call one person, call another one, see if their stories coincide and work together. If one story is completely different than the other, and we've met a couple individuals who are trying to bring in people from other countries here, and they said they simply met on Facebook, they've never met in real life. The police did a check and found out, hey, listen, your stories don't add up, and so so we're going to delay this process, and it ended up taking up to 3 months, I believe, for them to actually iron everything out with immigration and getting those individuals here into Serbia, just simply because the stories didn't line up. And once you are here in Serbia, if you are here coming on a tourist visa, if you're coming here on a work permit for studies, and you're looking to obtain a different type of residency by setting up a business here, that's something that we can facilitate at that time here at Relocation Serbia, and we can get either an entrepreneur business going, we can get you an LLC or a DOO here, what do we call it here in Serbia. We can help with real estate purchase. We can help with all the other things, but we cannot do any of that until you are here in Serbia as well. If you have any questions that are specific to your situation, you're more than welcome to set up a consultation with us on our website through relocationserbia.com. I would be happy to facilitate and answer any of your questions. I hope that you got value from this video, and I'll see you on the next one.